Hi, I'm Frank Wright from publicspace.net, and today I'm going to show you how you can use pairs of file names from a text file or a spreadsheet to rename your files. This is typically useful when somebody gives you a list of photo and image files with a description and wants you to rename the files to be more meaningful. A lot of people use a better finder rename to do yearbooks or pictures for catalogs or online shops. Typically, the photographer will write down the order in which the photos were taken and assign a name to each photo. In Excel, that might look something like this. Or a parts list for a web shop might look something like this. ABFR only comes in once you have a properly formatted plain text file encoded with UTF-8. The rest of the process is up to you and whichever tools you choose to use. In the first part of this video, I'm going to show you how to use a better finder rename to do the renaming once you've got that file ready. In the second part, I will walk you through exporting a file list from Excel and making sure that the formatting is correct. Along the way, I'll mention a few common problems to look out for. It's important to note, however, that in this quick video, I can't really go into any depth about how Excel and plain text editors work. So if you're unfamiliar with those tools, you'll probably need to find some more information elsewhere. Let's start up a better finder rename. I have the files that I want to rename in this folder, and the file list in this plain text file. First, I go to the Advanced and Special category and select Rename from File List. I click on the Browse button and find the file list. The message confirms that all file pairs were correctly loaded. This is also where error messages will appear if you've got something wrong. Now that the file pairs have been loaded, we drag and drop the files that we want to rename into the preview in the normal manner. You can see that it's taken the new names out of the file list, and all that remains is to click on the Perform Renames button. The Help button here leads to detailed instructions on the feature, and you should read through this very carefully. All the needed information is here, but you have to be very precise in respecting the correct format. The action can take a variety of different formats, but I'll just be demonstrating file pairs today. So let's have a look at the file list. This is a plain text file and will ordinarily open in the simple text utility that comes with macOS. I do not, however, recommend using this tool, as it has the vexing habit of converting everything into UTF-16 encoding, which will not work with a better finder rename and is no longer widely used. Instead, I recommend using a plain text editor like BBEdit from Barebones Software, Nova from Panic, TextMate from Macromates, Sublime Edit, Microsoft's VS Code, etc. Almost all of these have free versions. I'll be using the grandfather of all Mac editors, BBEdit. As you can see, each line has two names on it. We will switch on invisibles, which makes things like spaces, tab, new line, and return characters visible. This type of file is called a tab-separated values file. And this is a standard data interchange format used by databases, spreadsheets, and many other data-centric applications. At the bottom, you can also see the encoding of the file. On macOS, UTF-8 has been the standard almost from the beginning, and is also the most widely used on the web. A text encoding is simply a scheme for encoding text characters as bits of information. As long as you use strictly English language characters, almost all encodings look pretty much the same. As soon as you start adding any accents, umlauts, emoji, or non-Latin characters, you'll immediately start seeing garbage characters in between normal English characters, if you're in the wrong encoding. So that is a dead giveaway that you've messed up your text encoding. If you get complete garbage everywhere, you're probably in UTF-16. Text editors, like the ones that I've mentioned, can all convert between most encodings, so you can usually correct encoding errors within the text editor. Also make sure that you don't have blank lines or extra columns. The format is strictly the current file name, complete with the file extension, a tab character, followed by the new file name, complete with its file extension. Luckily, both Apple's Numbers and Microsoft Excel can export correctly formatted files, and you only need a text editor to check your files or to correct errors. So let's have a look at Excel. You just need two columns, the first with the correct current name, the second with the new name, both with their file extensions. Then export it as a TSV file by selecting File, Save As, Specialty Formats, tap Delimited Text. And give it a meaningful name. And then we can open the file in BBEdit, check the encoding, and we have a properly formatted file list for use with a Battlefinder rename. And that's it for this short tutorial. I haven't been able to show you quite everything in a single video, so if you are interested in other ways of using file lists in the Battlefinder rename, please do let me know in the comments. It would also really help me out if you could like this video or subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.